In this new class of our course on electronics applied to refrigeration and air conditioning, we are going to study a refrigerator failure that occurs when the compressor feels hot to the touch but is not operating. This indicates that the electric motor is receiving electrical power at some point, but it cannot correctly complete the startup process, or it turns on and off rapidly. In other words, current reaches the compressor, but it cannot overcome the initial effort required to begin its operating cycle. This type of situation is one of the most common failures found in both domestic and commercial refrigerators, and can be caused by different technical problems related to the electrical circuit, the internal mechanical condition of the compressor, or the power supply conditions. Below, the most frequent causes of this problem and the correct way to diagnose them safely and practically are explained step by step. Remember that in the description of this video, you will find the link to access our complete course on electronics applied to refrigeration and air conditioning. Number 1. Failure in the relay, thermal protector, or start capacitor in on-off compressors. In conventional on-off compressors, the first components that must be checked when the compressor does not start are the start relay and the thermal protector. The start relay is responsible for sending additional current to the compressor's starting winding. This current generates the starting torque needed to set the motor in motion during startup. Once the compressor starts, the relay stops supplying current to the starting winding. If the relay is damaged, the motor does not receive this extra starting impulse and attempts to start unsuccessfully, producing overheating and overload. On the other hand, the thermal protector performs a safety function. This component disconnects the electrical supply when it detects excessive temperature or abnormal current consumption, preventing the compressor from burning out or suffering internal damage. When the thermal protector activates constantly, the classic clicking sound of the circuit opening and closing can be heard. Symptoms: the compressor attempts to start. A characteristic clicking sound is heard. The compressor shuts off immediately. The compressor housing feels hot to the touch. No vibration or normal motor operation is noticed. After a few seconds, another click is heard corresponding to the thermal protector resetting. Solution: first, disconnect the refrigerator from the electrical supply and allow the compressor to cool completely before handling it. Next, verify that the thermal protector located on the compressor common pin is properly connected and has electrical continuity. Then, without connecting the unit to power yet, prepare 2 test wires. One wire will go to the common pin C. The second wire will split into 2 ends, A and B, using a small jumper. Wire A is connected to the starting winding S and wire B to the running winding R. After that, briefly energize the system. The compressor should start immediately. If this happens, quickly disconnect wire A from the starting winding. If the compressor continues operating normally, the problem is in the start relay, which was not sending the proper starting current. Start capacitor. Some compressors use a start capacitor. This component must be handled very carefully because it can retain electrical charge even after being disconnected. Before touching it, it must be properly discharged. For a typical 100 microfarad capacitor rated between 250 and 330 volts, the safest method of discharge is to use a 100 kiloohm resistor connected across its terminals for several seconds. Afterwards, you can test with another capacitor of the same capacitance or measure its value using a multimeter on the microfarad scale. If the measured value differs from the nominal value printed on the capacitor body, it means the capacitor is deteriorated and must be replaced. Remember that in the description of this video, you will find the link to access our complete course on electronics applied to refrigeration and air conditioning. Number 2. Low voltage or unstable power supply. Another very common cause of compressor startup failure is low voltage or instability in the electrical supply. When the voltage reaching the unit is lower than required, for example, less than 100 volts in a system designed for 120 volts, the compressor cannot generate enough electromagnetic force to rotate. Under these conditions, the motor overheats quickly due to excessive effort, and the thermal protector may activate repeatedly, shutting the unit off. Symptoms: the compressor produces a humming sound or slight vibration, but does not start. The refrigerator's internal lights dim or flicker during startup attempts. Solution: the voltage at the outlet should be checked using a multimeter. If the voltage is below the nominal value, the unit should not be forced to start because this can damage the compressor motor or the electronic control board. The recommended actions are to use a voltage stabilizer or regulator suitable for refrigeration equipment, or test the refrigerator on a different electrical line. Maintaining stable voltage is essential to extend compressor life and prevent overheating. Remember that in the description of this video you will find the link to access our complete course on electronics applied to refrigeration and air conditioning. Number 3. Mechanically locked compressor. Over time, the internal compressor components, such as pistons, valves, or connecting rods, may wear out or accumulate debris, producing a mechanical blockage. This damage prevents the motor from rotating freely even when electrical current is present, causing overheating and constant activation of the thermal protector. Symptoms: the compressor heats up very quickly. The relay and thermal protector activate every few seconds. The typical motor sound is not heard. Solution: when there is an internal mechanical blockage, there is usually no simple repair. In most cases, the compressor must be replaced completely. Number 4. Damaged compressor windings. Another common cause is failure of the internal motor windings. These windings may be open, short-circuited, or leaking to ground. When this happens, the compressor cannot create the magnetic circuit required to rotate and ends up overheating. Symptoms: the start relay is in good order. The compressor does not start. The compressor housing becomes hot. There is no vibration or normal operating sound. Solution: with the unit disconnected, measure the electrical resistance between the 3 compressor pins. C common, S start, C common, R run, S start, R run. The values must be consistent with each other. If any reading shows open circuit, infinite resistance, or 0 ohms, it means there is a burned or shorted winding. In this case, the compressor must be replaced because this type of failure is not repairable. Remember that in the description of this video you will find a link to access our complete course on electronics applied to refrigeration and air conditioning. Inverter compressors. Advanced diagnosis. In modern refrigerators with inverter technology, diagnosis changes completely. These systems use an inverter electronic board that controls the compressor using frequency-modulated 3-phase alternating current. This allows the compressor speed to vary and improves energy efficiency. The compressor is not connected directly to the electrical line, but depends entirely on the electronic control system. For this reason, when the compressor heats up and does not start, the cause is usually found in the control electronics. Number 5. The inverter board is not sending voltage to the compressor. The inverter board takes alternating current, converts it into direct current, and then electronically modulates it to generate the 3 phases that power the compressor motor. If any of the main board components, such as the IGBTs or MOSFETs, fail, the 3 compressor windings will not receive proper power, even though partial voltage may still be present. Verification. The resistance between the 3 compressor pins should be measured. The readings must be equal to each other, generally between 6 and 12 ohms, depending on the model. Then measure resistance to ground. There must be no continuity. If continuity to ground exists, it means there is a leakage or short to ground. If the phase resistances are very different or there is a short to ground, the compressor is internally damaged. Number 6. Failure in the power supply or capacitors of the inverter board. The inverter board's power supply is responsible for delivering stable energy to the entire system. When the filter capacitors dry up, swell, or lose capacitance, the DC voltage becomes unstable and the compressor cannot remain operating. Symptoms: the compressor attempts to start for a few seconds and then shuts off. The DC voltage measured on the main capacitor is low or fluctuating. Solution: replace the filter capacitors with others of the same capacitance and voltage rating. Check the fuses and the rectifier bridge, since a failure in these components may interrupt power to the power module. Number 7. Failures in the IPM, or Intelligent Power Module. The Intelligent Power Module is responsible for supplying three-phase current to the inverter compressor. If this module has internal defects, the compressor will not receive the correct signal and will remain off. Quick IPM test. Completely disconnect the equipment. Discharge the high-voltage capacitors. Correctly identify the IPM pins: U, V, W, positive, negative. Using the multimeter in diode mode, place the negative probe on the positive pin. Place the positive probe on pins U, V, and W. All three readings should be equal. Then, place the positive probe on the negative pin. Place the negative probe on pins U, V, and W. Again, all three measurements should be equal. If any reading is different or shows an abnormal value, the IPM module is damaged and must be replaced. This component is not repairable and requires professional replacement.